is, stop dating broke, lazy women. Yes, I said it. Because the truth is, they will drain your mental health, your finances, and your future. Listen, relationship is not sponsorship. It's called partnership for a reason. Because there should be an exchange, not just an expectation, but an exchange in value. Support should go both ways. Value should flow in both directions. One of the biggest mistakes you can make as a man is tying your destiny to someone who has nothing to offer but demands everything from you. Listen, a woman who doesn't want to build and only consume, trust me, that is not the type of person you want to build with. She'll feel entitled to your money. She'll expect you to show up financially, emotionally, mentally. But the moment you need her to hold up and to help you, yep. And worse than that, she might even not be able to appreciate the sacrifices that you're making. Because, listen, she doesn't understand what it means for you to be grinding. She doesn't understand the pressure of being the only source, the only giver, the only one who is trying to build this life that you guys are living together. She doesn't know how heavy success feels until she has had to carry it. Listen, bro, let me say this with love, but with urgency. Be wise. Be wise, because your future, your finances, your mental health, they matter. Don't let sex, loneliness, or pity tie you to someone who refuses to grow. Love is not supposed to break you, and partnership is not supposed to leave you empty. So the next time that you're choosing a woman, don't just look at her body. Look at her mindset. Look at her hustle. Look at how she adds value. Look at how she builds. Look at how she shows up. Because the truth is, a lazy woman will cost you more than money. She'll cost you peace. And once peace is gone...
What do you do if you're in a relationship with a woman you love, but she's broke? Leave. Listen, bro, we're not settling for none of that. Love don't pay the bills. Love don't get your haircut paid for. Love don't keep the lights on. Love don't keep the water on. Leave her alone, bro. It's 2024, bro. We're not settling for none of that, dog. Who owns Amazon? If she's broke, she needs to go work for him at Amazon. Go buy some steel toes from Walmart, suit up, and go make $16 to $17 an hour and work 12-hour shifts. She'll make like at least $700 a week, but then again, that's not enough. Love is not enough, bro. Stop settling. If she's broke, dump her. You can't keep them around. Broke women, bro. And we're not even talking about going 50-50. Why is she broke? It's 2024. She got 5 kids or something? Why is she broke? Come on, bro. Let's move on. Love don't pay the bills, bro. Love is not enough. She's trying to use you. She's a leech. This is not the 90s. This is not the 80s. This is not the 70s. We're not providing anymore. It's 2024. Drizzle, drizzle. It's 2024. Drizzle, drizzle. Let's move forward. Listen, bro. When you're in your soft guy era, bro, who told you that you had to settle? You don't have to settle for a woman that doesn't want to go half on the bills. I don't care if you make $50,000, $100,000, $500,000, or $1 million a year. You can find a woman that makes just as much as you and is willing to go half. Roll the clip.
Hey, we were trying to buy a home in Malibu, worth about 8. Yeah, we was gonna split it. Split the keys on the house?
Split it.
Yeah, because a lot of regular folks split the bill. Yeah, right. You know, wifey got bankroll, so we was gonna split. First house was in it was like
wifey got bankroll.
Yeah, that was insane. It was like crazy. She's like, that reminds me of my house in Dubai. I was like, that's a flex. Got a spot in Dubai, bro. $20 million house, bulletproof.
Patrick Beverley's wife has a bag. Just like him. He's in the NBA, he has a bag. He didn't settle for a broke woman. You have to look at it like this, bro. If a woman isn't willing to go half on you on bills and assets, then she's just not your woman and she doesn't like you and she's willing to use you. She's willing to watch you work like a slave while she sits at home all day. That doesn't sound like a woman that likes me. Stop letting these women tell you that, oh, you're going to have to settle with me. I want to be a stay-at-home wife. It's 2024. Bitch, get a job. Me personally, I love a woman that gets that money. Gets that bag. Bring that bag home. For sure. I'm not a hater. I love it. I'm in my soft guy era. Why wouldn't I? Get that bag, baby, just like me. Being a provider is a scam and you know it. Oh, Mark, what if we got kids? Pat Bevan.
Hi everyone, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. It's still your girl Joan Complete as always, and in today's video I'm going to be reacting to different people who are saying that men should not date broke women, and also I'm going to be sharing my full thoughts about this topic in this video. I would encourage you to watch the full video so that you can get more insights about this interesting topic that we are talking about. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
This message is for men and men only. Y'all do not have to date broke women if you don't want to. I saw that video of that guy complaining about how society tells men to grind and get rich to take care of a broke woman. And all of y'all are in the comments saying, yeah, it's messed up, we're cooked, blah, blah, blah. No one's forcing you to date broke women. No one's forcing you to date broke women. And if there's somebody out there, man or woman, who makes fun of you for not wanting to date broke women, maybe they just shouldn't be in your life. Maybe you shouldn't surround yourself with people like that. Now, I'm not going to invalidate the experiences of men because I'm sure that has happened to a lot. But I want you to understand that there are also a lot of people out there that don't see life from those lenses. And that there are plenty of women out there who are financially stable that you could date and who are not looking for a handout or for you to take care of them 100% or are just looking to use your money. Like, there are women out there that don't care about that stuff. Just date them.
Is it just me? Yeah, I wouldn't mind paying for a girl's everything. Like, I'll pay for everything for a woman if she didn't feel entitled to my money, yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, when I meet a woman that feels like she's entitled to a man's money just because she's a woman, it generally puts me off so bad, like I don't want to pay for shit. But when I meet that woman that, yo, like imagine we're going on a date and she gets her card out, you know what I mean, trying to pay for it, like it's cute. I'll be like, put the card back in, don't worry, I got you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's actually actively trying to, you know, she doesn't care about my money like that. She knows that my money is mine, her money is hers. Yeah, my brain's like, nah, I have to pay for everything, because it's like, yo, it's so beautiful to see women like that, bro. And most of the time they work hard, they have 2 jobs. But yo, when a girl feels entitled to your money, most likely is broke, jobless, and it's like, yo, what's going on? But yeah, bro.
I think entitlement to anyone's money in life, especially if you are all adults, is disrespectful and is never called for. People should understand, like, when someone is helping you out financially, providing for you financially, this person is just being kind and helpful, but they're not obliged to take care of you financially. Yes, men are supposed to be providers, but if they don't do it, again, there is nothing you can do about it. So we should understand, any man who is providing for you as a woman, you should be respectful enough to understand, like, you're not supposed to force them to provide for you. It should be a natural thing to do. You should not be entitled as a woman to a man's provision, because in this era that we are living in, a man can decide not to provide for you. So any man who does that, you should respect them enough to understand, like, you're not supposed to force them. You're not supposed to treat them bad because you think like you are entitled to their money or finances.
Have no business dating a broke person. And I mean, as a business owner who's a man, you have no business dating a broke girl. A business owner who's a woman, you have no business dating a broke guy. And this is not me dissing broke people. It's just because being broke most of the time is associated with not being disciplined, wrong choices, and not understanding financial management. So if you decide to be with somebody who isn't disciplined, with time it will rub off on you. If you were one who was at work at 9 a.m., this person would want to show you all the love in the world and keep you at home till 12. If you're one who understands your spendings, you budget, this person will tell you that sometimes you should just live life. Before you know it, you'll start spending the small monies that the business makes just to feel happy. So you've got to be careful and look for people who also have their own goals, who are pursuing their goals. You see, if you meet someone who is pursuing his or her personal goal, the person has the drive to keep pushing. And when you meet people like that, there's a tendency that you grow better together. So understand that you've got to live an intentional life. I'll give you my story if you want, but maybe
you don't have your own money, I don't even think you should even be looking towards men to be dating men. I think you should go and develop an actual stable foundation for yourself financially. And then if you want to start looking at boys, at least you're not in a position where
You need them.
right. And then I'll go as far as saying the step above that now is if you're going to be dating boys who have money, make sure you're using the money that they give you to flip your money and grow your money.
Women should also understand in this era that they should work on their finances every day of their lives. They should work on being financially literate all the time. They should not leave it to men alone, because it is very important as an adult, as a woman, who be financially stable on your own before you get into a relationship with any man. You realize that some women spend all their time trying to search for financially stable men, and they forget about themselves. They forget about helping themselves to grow financially, because they waste most of the time trying to look for financially stable man, which it doesn't work so well for women, because it's very good to be financially independent as an adult. Let's forget about the women-men thing. We should also think as adults now. If you're an adult, it is very important to be financially stable, and if you are not, it's very important to be working towards becoming financially stable every day of your life. You should not rely on some other human being that you've not grown with, that you're just going to meet to help you out financially, because it's so irresponsible for an adult to be thinking like that. As women, we should really do better and realize that, because it doesn't serve you right as a woman to be thinking that a man you've not even yet met is going to be the one who's going to save your financial problems before you save yourself. Also, if you get a man who's a provider and is financially providing for you as a woman, it's a very good thing, because men are supposed to also be leaders, and if they've taken on the role to provide for you financially, you should not be reckless with your finances. That is the importance of having financial knowledge. That is the importance of having financial goals as a woman. That is the importance of working towards becoming financially stable, because when you meet a man who is financially stable and is trying to provide for you financially, you have to use the finances in a productive way as a woman. These finances that he gives you, they're supposed to help you to improve your life financially, not to just spend money in a very reckless way, because some women always think like when they get a man who is financially stable, when they give them money, they're supposed to just spend it on enjoyment without investing in themselves financially.
Is it good to date a broke woman?
Personally, I think dating a broke woman is a very big financial mistake.
Really?
Especially if you are still building your finances as a man.
Okay.
Because see, most broke women and the lazy ones, they are super entitled. In fact, and because they don't make their own money, they don't appreciate things, because they don't understand the struggle that comes with making money. And see, if you are struggling and you go ahead to date a broke person, there's higher tendency that she will drag you to zero. Yes, because see, but when you're dating somebody that's already doing something for herself, when you combine resources and money together, you can build something really beautiful.
I think this gentleman in this video would have elaborated what he meant by not dating a broke woman, because I think he would have said like men should not date women whose goal in life is to rely on a man for survival. Besides that, they have nothing else going on in their lives. They have nothing they're looking up to. Women who have no ambitions, women who have no life goals, women who don't have financial goals, women who are not willing to invest time in self-improvement, women who are not willing to invest time in spiritual growth. These are the women I think this man is trying to talk about, because when a man dates such a woman, this woman will not have any knowledge about self-improvement, will not have any knowledge about financial ambitions. So if a man meets such a woman, when the man is trying to run better financially, and a woman doesn't have any financial knowledge, a woman is not ambitious, this woman will drag this man down. Instead of a man developing financially, he will instead be dragged down.
The reason why a lot of men are so angry on my post when I said you're not forced to give women money is because you've never dated an independent and stable woman. All your types are these broken women and broke women who always want the allowance from you as if you are their father. Once you start changing the type of person you are attracting in your life and start attracting a good quality woman, then you will know that you are actually not forced to give women money. Men make their problem a woman problem. It is not our problem that you have created the desire for women to want money just to be in relationships. Ni render in relationships, Nina, and that's a fact. A lot of men got touched by that, saying, no, if we don't give them money, they leave us. That's your type. No, if we don't do this, they do that. That's your type. That's on you. You can't put that on women. Women will milk you for as much as possible, for as long as possible. As long as you allow it, she will do it. It sounds unrealistic, unfathomable, because when you are attracting a certain type of woman that always wants you to feed them like a baby, and then you come here and say, no, these women like money. No, your type. That is your type.
What she's saying is so true. I think men should sometimes stop complaining that women in this era don't genuinely love them, but they just need their money. They should stop saying that women are forcing them to give them money in this era, because the decision is yours as a man to entertain such a woman, because there are women in this world who still have genuine love, who are financially stable, and a man's money is just a bonus to them. So if you are dating women who are asking you for money and forcing you to give them money, that means that's your taste and preference, because it's you who is attracting that type of women who want money from you, not the women. So if you want such type of women who love you for your money, then you don't have to complain, because to be honest with you, you attract what you really want. So in case you are still complaining that women are asking you for money, they don't love you, and you want a change, you have to revise your ways. What are you doing that is attracting women who just want money from you? So when you understand that, then you can change your life, and you will realize that you attract women who are financially stable, who are working towards being financially stable. And when you meet those women, then you'll understand they're still genuine women who love men genuinely.
Men, stop marrying into a poor family. Stop marrying into entitled families. Rita, how do we know? At least you go see, say them poor. Entitlement, because you go see when you give them little things and they don't appreciate it. Stop marrying women from poor homes. Some of you want to marry into poor families so that they can worship you. Some of you want to marry girls from poor homes so that you can order them around like maid. If you need maid, go and take. The cons outweighs the pros. It outweighs it. You stand to lose a lot than you would gain. Marrying a broke girl from a poor home most time is just about your pride, male ego. There is nothing much. There is no much advantage. You don't have to target a woman's money or her family's sources. But if they are well-to-do, it's for your own good. Date and marry sincerely, but use your senses while at it. Truly, as a man, you need to have self-respect. You need to be a financial provider. But make sure she is not from a poor and entitled home. The cons outweighs the pros. The disadvantage outweighs the advantage. You marry, you will be the one to send our siblings to school and change the roof of their house, their family house. The extended families won't be left out. Don't try to be the champion. It's a thankless one that doesn't concern you. It will slow down your progress. Meanwhile, it won't stop them from siding their daughter whenever there is an issue. You have to be smart and be wise when choosing a life partner. Marriage is not just about feelings, but security. Women are smart about this reason. They shun broke men. If it's one thing to learn about the rich class and elites, they don't take marriage lightly. They make sure their sons and daughters meet. I don't know what you think about Moses Bliss's marriage, but that was strategy at the highest order. Be strategic when you choose.
Just saw a TikTok about a man complaining how some women are expensive and like their love languages are gifts, etc. And his rebuttal was, imagine if men went around asking women for stuff. And there are so many men in the comments agreeing with him, saying like, we're waking up, and they're like, clock it. Why do men want to be us? I'm sorry, but why do you want to be a girl? You're literally copying us, acting like us. Do you expect women to now turn up to a first date with a bouquet of flowers and pick you up in their car? I'm so confused as to what's happening. Like, he thinks he's doing his big one by saying, oh, women are asking for too much. No. Do you know what the funny thing is? Most women never asked for a single thing. They never asked for a single thing other than loyalty and love, and for a guy who actually has your back and cares about you. But so many women get burned again and again and again. Women get lied to, women get cheated on, women get used and abused and beat up, and so many things happen in the name of love, and they got absolutely nothing out of it. So you get to a point where you're like, you know what, even if I like a guy and I had the chance to fall in love with him, at least let me gain something out of this other than just pure embarrassment. Because these guys who are running around now wanting women to wear the pants and women to buy him gifts and pick him up and send him money, like what, you want your nails to be pretty for a date? I'm so confused. That is a lie. I'm not confused. I'm disgusted.
Any guy that says he cannot date a broke girl this period, because even broke girls cannot date themselves. Talk less of you now being a liability on somebody else. My dear young men, please, this is coming from the sisterhood. Do not date any girl that does not have goals, plans, or ambitions for her life. I repeat, this is coming from the sisterhood. Do not date, because normal self, like cruise aside, normal as human beings, we should have our own thing. Just because you're a lady doesn't mean you should be lazing around or have no plans for your life and just waiting for somebody that will sweep you off your feet and do everything for you while you sit down and watch TV all day and eat popcorn and gist with your friends. No, it's not a must you have big money as a lady. Yeah, we understand that. I mean, in fact, you should not even be richer than your husband. That's how it should be. But it doesn't mean you should not have something going for yourself. It doesn't mean you shouldn't have goals, plans, or ambitions. So if you have all these things and then somebody, that has the finances and resources comes around, it will be easier for the person to invest in you. And then you get yourself together, get yourself on your feet too, and be able to do little things for yourself. You understand? But you now lazing about and looking for men that will give you money while you have no dreams, no goals, no ambitions, nothing. No. That's bad. My dear young men, do not date a girl that does not have goals, ambitions, or dreams. Especially in this period. Any girl will they try for herself. As in try, I'm not saying big money, try, little thing. Run for your life. No matter how fine, how pretty, how sexy she is, my dear, run for your life. Because even the lady self, if you don't have sugar, she will not date you. And that's the simple truth. Everybody wants somebody that will that will impact positively in their life. So men should not be bashed for wanting a woman that will impact positively in his life too. No, I'm not going to be biased. Especially in this Tinubu regime.
When someone says you should not date a broke woman, I usually want that person to elaborate the definition of broke, because the definition of broke differs from one person to another, because the opposite of broke is rich and wealthy. So when you see the world we are living in, there are very few legit wealthy, rich women. It's not practical to look at it in this concept, because literally most men will not have any woman to date in life forever, because most of the people in the world now have an average income, which is decent enough to live a good, fulfilling life. So I think what people should term as a broke person you should not date should be a person who is financially illiterate, who doesn't want to improve financially, someone who doesn't have financial goals, someone who is not working on herself or himself to improve his or her finances, someone who is mentally broke, someone who is spiritually broke, someone who is relying on others 24/7 to survive, someone who is not willing to put in the work to become better all the time in their life. They just looking forward to using others all the time. This is the definition of broke that I can really understand, because it's practical and realistic. But when you say that men should be looking for wealthy and richer women, I think it's not practical. If that's what you're saying, I think it's really not practical at all, because most women in the world have an average income. Most women are not wealthy. Most women are not rich. This is how the world is. You should help people understand. Every time you tell them not to date broke people, you should explain to them the definition of broke that you're talking about, because people are going to miss out on dating the right people because they are thinking you're talking about rich and wealthy people, which is not realistic. Even when it comes to men, it's not easy to find legit, rich, wealthy men, but it's easy to get men in the middle class, men who are willing to work so hard to meet their financial goals, men who are willing to grow spiritually, men who are putting in the work to invest in their personal growth. That is what we call a man who is not broke. So we need to understand that definition so well before we make a decision on which person to date based on that concept. So guys, without being biased, I want to tell you one thing. Yes, I am a woman, and men were created to be leaders and providers, but at the same time we have to be realistic in the world we are living in right now. We need to be having partners who love us genuinely, who care for us. So if a woman is just coming in and they're just going to be like a dummy and a picture in a relationship, I don't think realistically it works in this world that we are in right now. Yes, a man can provide for you, but you have to add value to this man. You're not supposed to just sit down and expect everything to be done by this man. Even if the man is providing for you financially and you are a stay-at-home wife, you need to equip yourself with financial knowledge all the time. You have to have financial goals, because this alone can also help you to inspire this man you're living with, who is providing for you financially, to grow financially. And when your man is growing financially, you are growing together. So if you come in the picture thinking like, okay, a man is supposed to provide for me everything financially and everything, without thinking that, you know what, as he's providing, you can also add value to his provision. You can multiply his finances through your guidance and knowledge about finances, because sometimes people undermine the contribution of people in a place if they're just giving knowledge about finances. But I'm telling you one thing, tell someone only one word about finances and his financial life changes too. And ladies, we should understand that when they say like men should not date broke women, they're not saying like you should date a man who is not a provider, a man who is not a leader. What they're trying to say is that you as a woman, you have to also have your personal life besides only wanting a man to take care of you. Because if a man is not around, who is going to take care of you? Meaning that shows that you are irresponsible. Any adult who is responsible enough, they should wish the best for themselves before they think others are going to do the same for them. So before you find a man who is a provider, you have to provide for yourself as an adult. How can you provide? How can you provide for yourself? Is by also being financially literate, by having financial goals, because when you have financial goals, you can work towards meeting these financial goals, and you can help yourself to also become financially stable. By the time a man meets you, you also are financially stable, or you're working towards becoming financially stable. So at the end of the day, this is so helpful to you as a woman, not only in your relationship. So when you're in a relationship, even if you're a stay-at-home wife, you have to also understand that you need financial knowledge all the time. You need to have financial goals as a woman in a relationship, because even if your man is providing for you financially, you have to also help this man, inspire him to make more money, to make more finances by having knowledge about finances too, so that you can advise him every now and then. Also look at this thing like this. You are a woman, even if you are a stay-home wife, and you just leaving the man to know everything about finances. But if this man goes out of the picture, what are you going to do with your life? You're going to be stuck, because life and finances go hand in hand. So you have to understand, anywhere you are as a woman, you have to be well equipped about financial knowledge. You have to have financial goals, and you have to meet them, because this is a necessity in life. Because if your man leaves you and you have children, what are you going to do in case you didn't have financial knowledge, in case you didn't have any financial goals that you had to meet while you're with this man? It will be so hard for you. So it's really important not to be so defensive when they tell you like you need to work towards your finances as a woman. You have to understand this is for you. This is for you, and this is going to help you as a woman in case things doesn't go right in the relationship you're in. Life can go on, because that is why some women stay in relationships when they're very miserable, or leave relationships and life just stops because they cannot support themselves financially, because being financially independent is so rewarding. So in case you're financially independent, when you find a man and he's a provider, he'll be a bonus to your life. So as I've told you, we have to also understand the definition of broke in this world that we are living in right now. It should be realistic. So meaning most people are earning an average income, and most people are middle class. The rich and wealthy are very few in this world. So if you are trying to date someone and you hear people telling you you're not supposed to date a broke person, don't start thinking in your head that you are supposed to date only rich, wealthy people. Yeah, it's okay when someone gets a rich, wealthy person, that's okay. But then I'm talking about like the average people, like who are trying to date and trying to get men, or are trying to get women, and they can't find them because they're just thinking, oh, they said I'm not supposed to date a broke person. The definition of broke in this context is something that is different than what you think. Broke people are people who are not willing to work on improving their finances, people who are just okay with making poor financial decisions, people who don't have financial goals, people who are not working so hard to improve their finances, people who are mentally broke, people who are spiritually broke, people who are just there in life to do nothing at all to improve themselves in all aspects of life, but they're just willing to use others who are working so hard to improve themselves in all aspects of life. That is what I call broke. I think that is the definition that is so practical in the world that we are living in. It's so realistic. And that's it for today, guys. If you have anything to add on this particular topic, you can share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And it's been your girl Joanne Complete. As always, I'd like to wish you a wonderful day. Take care of your beautiful lives. Until next time, I love you guys. Bye.